This is the show that explores the fascinating secret life of the world around us. Revealing surprising facts guaranteed to make you say, I didn't know that. Meet Richard Ambrose and Johnny Phillips. Two industrial scientists who don't mind getting their hands dirty when it comes to establishing the facts. Join them on their mission to explore the extraordinary behind the ordinary. In this edition, photography, Richard and Johnny style. How time-freezing cameras record Richard's dramatic fall. Johnny tries out the latest in spy technology. Plus, how to cheat death when jumping from a great height. Johnny attacks a pool table. He's desperate to know its secrets. And Wild West gunfights. Will Johnny live to tell fact from fiction?
Oh, that's beautiful.
Never in the history of photography have so many pictures been taken by so many people. Exude, darling, come on, exude.
And surely this explosion in the number of pictures being taken is mainly down to the development of these easy-to-use digital cameras.
Since their launch in 1997, around 300 million digital cameras have been sold across the world, and that doesn't include mobile phones. It's been one of the fastest take-ups of new technology ever.
Unlike traditional cameras, which expose light-sensitive film to create an image, modern digital cameras rely on clever bits of technology like this.
This sensor produces the information for every one of the several million pixels that'll make up the final image. It's incredible.
Cameras have certainly come a long way in a very short period of time, but old-school technology can still have its uses.
Here's a question. What do astronauts, undercover investigators and Renaissance artists all have in common? The answer? The pinhole camera.
The pinhole camera is the very foundation of photography.
Now this one's a little bit too small to demonstrate how it works.
So we've made a bigger one. We've produced what we believe to be the world's first camera shed. Using black plastic sheeting, blackout cloth and black tape both inside and out, we've made sure that no light whatsoever can penetrate the interior of the shed. Then we've drilled a hole in the door, stuck a shutter to the back of that, and then drilled a tiny hole through the shutter itself. So the only light getting in is through that tiny hole there.
Sitting inside the shed behind the pinhole is Richard. He's hoping to pick up and draw Johnny's image on this white piece of canvas.
As my eyes are adjusting to it, I can clearly see Johnny waving. That is brilliant.
This phenomenon was known about as early as the 14th century, and it's thought that classical artists like Leonardo da Vinci and Michelangelo used it to aid their paintings.
It's so easy, anyone can do it. All you have to do is trace around the image.
Ta-da!
Wow. Your original pinhole portrait, there you go.
You might imagine, with the development of modern technology, the pinhole camera has become a thing of the past, but they're still around today. Scientists like them because, unlike ordinary cameras, they can be used to photograph high-energy X-rays and gamma rays. Spacecraft from the 1950s onwards have often carried them on board. Of course, these cameras use film or digital technology to record the information, which is a good job, as carrying a Renaissance artist on board would be a bit of a disadvantage. And because they can be made so small, they're very useful for spy work.
In fact, I'm spying right now. There's a pinhole camera in this pen, and there's another one built into this tie. The lens is right there. And because they have a very wide field of view and a massive depth of focus, you can see loads.
However, while pinhole cameras have their uses, for most situations, the quality of an image is dramatically improved by the addition of a lens. Lenses help because they enable you to focus more light into a camera for a brighter, sharper image.
This is the Blackbird. It's the fastest and the highest flying plane on record, and it was built for one purpose: to take photos from up to 25 kilometres above the Earth.
That's 2.5 times higher than the cruising height of a jumbo jet.
It photographed 259,000 square kilometres an hour.
That's an area bigger than the UK.
The Blackbird was retired from service in 1998. It was no longer needed, as spy photos can now be taken from space by satellites. Coming up, who needs satellites and supersonic spy planes kitted out with cameras when you've got one of these? The boys try out the latest in spy-in-the-sky technology. And Johnny gets his kit off, all in the name of science.
You know, you can do some amazing things with rubber, Johnny.
I know. Look at this ball I've made, just using rubber bands. Isn't it good?
Mate, I was thinking of something a lot more exciting than that.
Like what?
Like this.
Bungee jumping. And this is how they test the rubber ropes. These elasticated bungee ropes are the only thing between you and certain death, so they're tested daily. Bungee jumping was inspired by the people of Vanuatu in the South Sea Islands, who, in a centuries-old ritual, use vines to jump with death-defying precision from wooden platforms. If you jump here, though, you'll be pleased to know that these ropes are military shock cord, the same cord that's used in missile launch tests. Inside, the cord is made from 380 strands of Malaysian rubber with a cotton outer core and a polyester cover. The crew will check each rope manually every single day, and the ropes are decommissioned after around 1,000 bounces. Once the cord is all hooked up, it's time for a test bounce. The test uses ordinary gym weights tied in a bag, 135 kilograms of them, exceeding the heaviest jumper's weight for extra safety. They go up to the jumping height of 55 meters. The rope can stretch up to 3.3 times its length, so even at full stretch, you would bounce 7 meters above the ground. A bungee jumper wouldn't stretch it to the max, though, so the clearance would be even bigger. The weights show that everything is in order. And now for the final test, with a human subject.
Here we go.
Some jumpers won't jump until they've seen the pros do it first. Bungee expert George has done over 200 jumps, but even he still gets the willies.
3, 2, 1, bungee.
As the rope kicks in, George is travelling at over 70 kilometres.